Yo, people, what you telling me back again for another Red Talk, bruv? International break settings. And thank the Lord, it's almost done, blood. What you telling me, fam?
I'm blessed, man. You good first and foremost, yeah, fam? Everything good?
I'm calm, bro. Can't
Yeah.
complain. Can't
Yeah.
complain. I ain't
Yeah.
seen a single kick of international football, and I'm not upset, bruv. You
Yo,
know.
me and you both. I didn't watch England and Andorra. I've not watched any of the other games. Like, yeah, international football outside of tournaments is terrible. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care about
bro.
qualifiers. Don't care
And
about
that's what I'm saying.
friendlies.
England are playing later against, I think, who they playing? Serbia or something?
Yeah, they play in Serbia. I didn't even know they was playing. Thanks
Yeah,
for reminding me.
that's what I'm saying. Won't
You know
be
what I'm saying?
watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
That might be
nah, man.
half decent because of the hostile environment over there in
Trash,
Serbia.
man. You know what I mean? Big up Saeed for they're saying that Saeed raided. Big up Saeed for the raid, man.
It's just like
Yeah,
every
man.
time.
International football's trash, man. Like the thing is, yeah, the major tournaments are hard enough to watch, let alone watching all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So
But at least with the major tournaments, you got the chance of one, it's high stakes, and it's always
yeah,
good seeing high level sport being high stakes. Two, you might see a star as well, and there's going to be some quality, probably some controversy, but the qualifiers, because even though there's nothing on them, no one don't care about England Andorra or England Moldova. Let's be really real. Even this one against Serbia, it's like, alright. But if it's World Cup stakes, we'll be like, oh, the Euros, we'll lock in. You feel me?
yeah.
Like,
But
what was
even that though, I'll be
go
honest, yeah. Even when
go
man watches the Euros and the World Cup,
mm,
yeah, the quality of the games are just not very good until it gets to like
last stages?
the last 8.
Mm.
Or even last 16, sometimes you ain't even got 16 good teams, bro. You know what I mean? So it's kind of dead, bro. I'll be honest. International football, I think international football highlights for me just
The
how
game's
bad
gone.
football is in general. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because
Go.
back in the day, there used to be so many players, like individual players. I'm not even talking about the countries. There were so many individual players that I was like, yo, I can't wait to watch this country because I get to watch this player and this player and this
Oh,
player
yeah.
play in the same team. And now it's like,
But
you know what I
that's just
mean?
I get what you're saying, but that's just the drop off of in football. Because
It's
I
dead.
remember seeing I think it's still now on the gram, and it was like the 2006 World Cup teams, and like you could switch across, and you see the caliber of. We were just in the golden era. That's what it
Yeah.
not even golden. We were just in the platinum era. When
Yeah,
you look at the
football
teams
peaked
that
in
didn't make it,
football
yeah,
peaked in the 2000s,
yeah,
2010s, isn't it?
yeah,
That
like
was
you're
it.
not
It
gonna get
peaked,
that
and it's
back.
like it's dead now. Like when
You
I'm
could,
seeing England squads and that, a man are saying, "Oh, I like the England squads," and
Elliot Anderson and that. No disrespect,
bro,
but
and
no.
a man are getting excited because Loftus Cheek's coming back in the squad, and I like Ruben, yeah, but it's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like that's a
I
long way away from
I hear
like
you,
what
and
man was really celebrating back in the day. Like we was
that's
getting
what it
mad
is.
because Carrick weren't in the squad and Scholes was playing on the left wing and stuff like that. And now man are getting excited about call up
Because when
some
you
mad weight in that. Like
Yeah,
it's
because you look
crazy.
at the caliber of striker England didn't have because it was Shearer, there was Sheringham, the likes of Cole didn't get in, and Defoe didn't
Yeah.
get in, Robbie Fowler didn't get in, and there's more strikers I could list off if I actually went and searched it. But yeah, the overall point stands in regards to it falling off. But that's because of the way the game's gone. It's more athletes now. It's
Yeah.
athletic. It's not technical skill first. It's can you
No,
follow instructions? Are you an athlete? And then the football is secondary type of thing. That's why you got pure runners. Because even back then, I was having this conversation just yesterday, and someone asked me about because we were having a conversation about it was about Chouameni, like Madrid's midfield, and was like, "Oh, do you prefer a destroyer or a ball playing DM?" And I'm like, just because you're a destroyer doesn't mean that you can't
you
play with
can't
the
play ball. You know that
yeah,
one.
because if you look previously, like I use Keane as the example, Keane could play people. Don't get him
Yeah, but
misunderstood.
Casemiro's a destroyer, yeah, but he's
And
a midfield enforcer, but he can play like
he can play, you know what I'm saying? Gattuso, even though he was aggressive
yeah,
and physical and
he
that,
can
like
still
these
play.
matches could still play. You think he lasted at AC Milan for that length of time and all he could do
Yeah.
was kick, man? Nah, like, and there's more as well, even though that role is declined more and it's more about getting
No,
on
but
the
that's
ball,
too funny
etc.
because bro, man was
Yeah,
having
go on,
this
go
conversation with Loons yesterday, yeah, to the
on, go
point
on.
where bro, I couldn't even talk to him no more because he was pissing me off. You know that
What
one.
did Loon say? What did he say?
Bro, because he likes all these new ballers and they're all shit in it. Like when because man was talking about man was comparing Saka to David Beckham, saying that he's better than Beckham. I was like, whatever, in it. Like, do you know what I mean? But then man said something about he supports Liverpool. So man's talking about Gravenberch in the six and all that, and how man's
Yeah.
technically better than Roy Keane and all these things. I said, bro, listen. Like, just because Roy Keane, yeah, weren't the silkiest baller on the pitch here, that doesn't mean, yeah, that he can't play in the lone six yet in this era, bro. His IQ was through the roof, blood. You know them one.
He would comfortably
He lacked in
play as a
technical
lone six.
ability, and by the way, he was no scrub technically, yeah.
No,
but what he
not
lacked
slight.
in technical ability, he made up for with his IQ, his understanding of the game, his positioning, all these other things. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
if you think, well, bruv, if players like Rice are getting away with it in this era, Roy Keane would be completely fine. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Keane would be absolutely
when man's trying to
fine
diss
at
Roy
the
Keane
yeah,
and go like, right, he's not technical and that, it's like, bro, he's not technical compared to Pirlo and Scholes.
Yes.
But compared to these bums that are playing today, do you know what I'm saying? Roy Keane is technical enough, bro. Roy Keane was not no Ugarte, bruv.
No, like Keane could get on the ball and play.
Like, man, are saying Beckham can't dribble. Neither can Saka. Why are we pretending that Saka can dribble? Do you know what I'm saying? So when man's like Beckham can't dribble, neither can Saka, bro. This is the thing. That man are going on like Saka's gliding past players. He can't dribble. But he receives the ball and passes it back where it comes from, and then the odd time he runs down the line. Like, what are we talking about? Like, why are we pretending he can dribble, bruv? He's not a dribbler. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, when man are like, oh, Beckham can't dribble. Yeah, but Beckham can put the ball wherever it needs to go.
But what
so he doesn't need to dribble.
But here's the key difference in the two. Right? No defense Saka for Arsenal.
Man says Saka don't need to dribble. Exactly. And neither does Beckham.
Here's the key difference, though, people. Beckham wasn't a right winger. He wasn't playing in a right wing role. He was a right midfielder where dribbling wasn't needed as much. It wasn't as a key asset. In the winger in today's game, you have to be able to dribble. The better wingers have to be able to dribble. He was a right midfielder. He's receiving the ball in much deeper areas. So therefore, passing and crossing and things of that nature are much more like Beckham would just pick up the ball and whip it from deep.
Beckham was playing inside right channel, playing almost like an extra central midfielder. And he could put the ball wherever he wanted, when he wanted, bruv. With the second touch being the pass. All he needed was one touch out his feet and then boom, it goes where it wants. He didn't need to dribble, bro. Man could talk about Saka GA. If you take away the penalties and the corners, how many GA is this guy getting a season, bro? This guy don't affect games like Beckham affected games. He don't. Stop lying to yourself.
It's not even a conversation, Beckham. I don't even.
You know what I'm saying? Stop lying to yourself, bro. You know what I mean? I'm the only person, that I know, that in this kind of community that we're in that tells the truth about this Brett. Every time I watch him, I don't see nothing special about him. And everyone's like, oh, but look at the GA, brother. Every time I watch this guy play, he's boring.
But I think that's where it stems from.
Man gets the ball, takes a touch, passes it back. It's only because he's a big, strong athlete why man puts up these numbers. He don't excel at anything in football. There's nothing exceptional. If man said, what's his key skills? What is it? Not a dribbler.
Cutting inside.
Not a shooter. Not a passer. Man's just a fucking athlete, bro. And this is football. Athlete. The same with Bellingham. Do you know what I'm saying? Just an athlete. All these guys are just athletes. Beckham was a footballer, bro. Yeah. Like, what are we doing?
And also, as well, Beckham don't get the credit for. People want to talk about work.
Bro, man, talk about Beckham like he was a fucking janitor, bro. Like, I'm sick of it.
Like, Beckham got byline to byline, people. I watched Beckham. Beckham was an extra, supported his fullback, and then would get forward in terms of supporting the attack as well. Beckham was cold.
Like his decision making is very good, bro. Yeah, decision making.
I actually agree.
You know what I mean? I'm saying talking about footballing ability, man's talking about decision making. This is what I'm trying to say. He don't excel at anything technically. Do you know what I'm saying? He don't. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm making. The fact that man is saying, "Oh, it's decision making," it's like, all right, cool. But technically, if you was trying to sell this guy to somebody, you were like, "Oh, yo, what does he really do?" Oh, yeah.
No, his technical attributes. He's just got a. I agree. He doesn't excel at anything technically. I think he's a very.
So how can he be better than Beckham? Oh, Beckham's one of the best strikers of the ball to ever live on this planet and breathe oxygen. So how can you talk about a man saying he's better than Beckham, but he don't excel at nothing? David Beckham is arguably the best in the world at doing many things.
Yes, I don't think Saka thinks he's better than Beckham. So it's a non-conversation. Genuinely, Saka seems like a very knowledgeable, sensible.
Saka wins us games, from the penalty spot. You know, so what? Like, he's not a match winner. He's not.
His best attributes are his physical attributes and his mental attributes. That's why people mention his decision making.
I hear that.
Technically, don't excel.
It's not a good debate. It's not a good debate. Saka ain't won shit. Ain't done shit. You can't compare him to David Beckham. It's a disgrace, bro. This is my problem.
Crazy. Where did it come from? What was it? Just you and loons?
Brother, it's mutants online, bro.
They're having a conversation.
Like, bro, he's not won or done anything, bro. Like, how can you compare him to David Beckham that's played for fucking Man United? Do you know what I mean? Won a treble. Fucking played for Real Madrid and PSG, bro. And AC Milan.
Yeah.
And you're comparing him to him. What?
No.
What's he done?
Nah. Well, you gotta understand.
What's he actually done? It's crazy.
A lot of people talking. This always happens in the international break. Didn't watch him.
Brother, it's a disgrace, bro. I don't care. It's disgraceful. Like, what am I doing, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? What am I actually doing, bro? Like, this is the problem. This is the actual problem with these football conversations, bro. It's one of them ones.
You can't have these.
Like,
you can only have these conversations.
Bottom set conversations, guys.
Yeah, you can't have these conversations with certain people. I'm not even just Beckham and Saka. I'm talking about when you start talking about older players. A lot of people didn't watch him. Come on now, if you're 20 years old, you don't remember Beckham. Let's be really real. If you're 21 years old, if you're 25 years old, like you was born in the year 2000, what do you know about Beckham? Like really and well and truly to compare to people who watched him. That's why I don't pay no attention. Do I think Saka's a good player? Yes. Do I think he has good attributes? Also, yes. But to compare him to Beckham is crazy.
Yeah, but he's a good player. But man said Beckham edges it. But edges what?
Yeah, he's really joking.
Brother, listen.
That's funny, man.
Listen. If Saka was playing in the same era, yeah, if he was playing in the eras before, yeah, like, brother, he'll be battling it out with players like Ashley Young for an England spot.
Yeah,
you know them, man. Ashley Young, bro. Man, remember Ashley Young at Aston Villa? That made Man United sign him. He was throwing up GA. Man, I'm talking about GA. Ashley Young, bro. Play wingers like that. Those are the players he'll be competing with. Like, let's not play.
But that's errors, though, when you were in a platinum era, which Beckham was. It's always going to fall short. Yeah, that's a platinum era in anything. Whether it's
when you talk about crossing
music.
the ball, yeah, bro. If they love fucking Saka with these little back post crosses, they would have loved Ashley Young.
Oh yeah,
you know them ones there. Ashley Young cutting in, whipping it into the back post. Boy, hey, listen.
Ashley Young
Arteta would have been rubbing one out in the stands, bruv, if he had Ashley Young on the other side. Man, but man, love a back post cross, little in swinger. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
Ashley help with all them set pieces and them crosses and stuff
Ashley
like
Young
that.
in swingers for Arsenal, bro. Listen, Arteta. Oh my days, you have the baby oil out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Boy, this guy's crazy.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro. So they compare man to David Beckham. Come on, bro. I mean, don't disrespect Becks like that. It's nasty. It's nasty.
We know Beckham is one of the greatest. That's what it is. Anybody who watched him will tell you so.
The man can't talk about Becks, bro. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? I know Becks is on this poster somewhere. I just can't locate him, but he's there.
Yeah, he's there somewhere. Yeah,
he's there somewhere.
Yeah,
you know them way
he's there. In the way, but yeah, he's there.
That's the treble poster. Certain man wouldn't know nothing about that.
That's what I'm saying. You talking to people having these conversations didn't see the treble, didn't see before the treble, didn't see after the treble. They didn't see these things. They didn't see the 2000, 2001. They didn't see the 3P. So it's like, they didn't see him score from the halfway line. I remember whoever's watching that vividly on Match of the Day.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Bro, I'm angry about this. I'm angry about it, bro, because it's like, bro, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yo,
you know what? But that's how the conversation came up. Then Loons thought he could try to disrespect Roy Keane and them things there, talking about Gravenberch and that.
But Loons is Liverpool, right? You said.
Yeah, but these men think, that just because, a man can do a half turn and drag the ball, that man's a better player than someone. It's like football don't work like that.
No, it's not just technical. It's not just physical.
Football don't work like that. Because the thing is, give me a 7 out of 10 technical player, with a 9 out of 10 IQ, over an 8 out or a 9 out of 10 technical player with a 6 IQ.
Of course.
You know them one. And that's
why I
the
said
reality.
it's all important.
You know what I mean? There's loads of players. Like when you look at Rashford, people say, technically he's good in that. That's debatable. You know them one. That's actually debatable. Do you know what I'm saying? However, just because he can do an elastico, people are like, his ceiling's high, bro. No, his ceiling's not high. He can do a few tricks, bro. But his decision making is 2 out of 10. And the consistency in which he can do these skills is also a 2 out of 10. Same with someone like Desiree Doué, bro. He might have, for skills, he might be a 10 out of 10 player, but he's so dumb, He's so dumb. He can't be a good player because he's got all the tools, all the gear, and no fucking idea.
Oh, the
That's what it is. So
and that's
rubbish.
that's where my issue lies with the likes of a Desiree Doué, because you have the skill set. And that infuriates me. When somebody has all of the skills from a technical aspect and you couple that in with physical and mentally you're not there. It's decision making, but consistency is key. But people don't rate. Consistency is not rated. If you get a player who's consistently a 7 out of 10, he won't get the plaudits of someone who's a 9 one week, 8 another week.
He doesn't, but he should.
Then a 4.
And this is the point.
This is my point. Yeah. This is the point I'm making. And infuriate. Consistency is not rated. I rate consistency. This is why back to Manchester United, I rate Mazraoui so highly for last season. You know why? Because
but Mazraoui is technical ability and IQ.
It's high, but it don't get the plaudits because it's not flashy.
Yeah, exactly.
But from a defensive
Mazraoui does have the ability to do something crazy like a little skill or nutmeg or something.
He does.
He has that in his locker.
Aesthetically like, oh my God, I can put it on a comp. That's why I said he was our best player last season. He was 6 and 7 every week. But people won't rate it. But someone like a Bruno who's an 8 one week, then a 4 next week, then a 9, then a 3, people are gonna praise higher. No, consistency is what wins you leagues. Consistency is what wins you games over time. If you look at any team, whether that's Liverpool, City, successful Manchester United sides, Arsenal sides, etc., go look at their best players. Yes, Henry, for example, I use him, will get the plaudits, but he was consistently good over game week.
But that's why Henry got the plaudits, because he performed at a high level consistently. Do you understand what I'm saying? The thing is, I watch enough football, so consistency does matter. The reason why I get onto Mo Salah, is because consistently, cool, he puts up numbers, but consistently, every time I watch him, he looks shit. So no one can say to me, it's all right, he looks shit all the time, but he's a sick player because he gets stats. No, bro, when I watch him, he's rubbish, innit? So cool, he gets stats. But again, that's the system. The system puts him in positions, to score goals. But I'm looking at your all-round game as a player when you're on the pitch, bro, and you look rubbish to me.
Yeah, his all-round game, but the thing that sets him apart, it's awful, his moments. Like you mentioned,
but bro, in moments he can affect the game and score, but over 90 minutes he looks crap. Like,
we've seen that many a time.
Imagine if you'd never watched football before, ever, Flawless, and I said to you, my guy, look at these stats, If I showed you Mo Salah, you'd never believe that belongs to the same person.
No, you wouldn't.
That's crazy.
From an overall performance, no.
You wouldn't believe those numbers belong to the same guy, because you'll see the ball bounce off man's shins a few times. Say, are you sure? Are you sure, blood?
But he's one of them. You put him in front of goals, you know what he's like? He's like
bruv, you would swear I was lying to you, bro.
Yeah. You
would expect to see someone like Lamine.
Yeah, he's like a Super Saiyan Brennan Johnson, because Brennan Johnson does that lower level. Like, for real, the way you put
it. You would expect to see someone like Yamal. And then if I showed you Yamal stats that aren't as good, you'd
be like,
you would think, hold on, are you sure that's his? Not like, do you see what I'm saying?
And that's what it is. But we talking about consistency. The reason why people will praise Salah so much, because he does get into, it's part him, it's part the system, and because he consistently puts up GNA. So when you consistently put up those numbers, people go, all right, I'll accept you being terrible because I know you might win me the game. People do the same with Haaland, and that's not only a preference from a fan perspective, how the managers do it. That's what it is. Like, do you go with the player who may not necessarily impact the game overall, but hey, the chance drops to you, you're gonna score. And you're going to consistently do that. Because one thing about Salah is consistent goal scorer. His numbers are undeniable.
You go with a player like that, if you've got enough pieces around that, you're allowed to do that. Same with Erling. I'd pick Erling if I've got so many other good players that they can make up for what he doesn't give me.
Because I know what Haaland's going to give me. So that's why
a team that struggles, I don't pick him because I need 11 players. I don't need 10 and a half. No. I need 11.
Facts, and that's again from a fan perspective preference, and also managers, because even Pep, Haaland is the most unlike Pep player. But even Pep's like, because of your output, I'll put up with it. Because Pep's never picking Haaland. That's not his. Haaland is the furthest thing away from a Pep Guardiola player, in particular a striker, being technical and dropping in and but he's decided, hey, you know what? Let me put enough good players around you and I will do it. Yeah, people, you don't know what I'm saying. I rate Salah, but hey, F Liverpool, so it is what it is. But the point is I'm making is even Pep's humbled himself and said, you know what? All right, Fez.
No, 100%. No, I wouldn't say he's a high IQ player. I'd say that his IQ is higher than his ability, for sure. His IQ, his understanding of the game and positioning and where to be is way higher than his technical ability. His technical ability is not that high. And this is the point I was making about Roy Keane. If you've got a higher technical IQ than a technical ability, you can make way more out of the ability you have than makes sense. Because when you watch him with the ball at his feet, he don't look like a top level player.
No, he's not, because that's not his game. That is far from his game.
He still gets these goals, these chances, because he finds himself in situations. But again, you have to be part of a good team that creates loads of chances. Because if he was part of a team that created way less chances, he would score way less goals because he misses loads.
And then all of a sudden we're having a different conversation because he relies more on his IQ and his mental attributes and his physical attributes.
Exactly.
He can finish, so he'll get in front of goal and he'll score.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you can finish, but you need loads of chances and you play for a team that don't create loads of chances, then people just say you're shit.
He's not the guy for that. No, he isn't the guy for that.
And that's the thing. If you put him in a West Ham or something like that, does he do better than Jared Bowen? No, he doesn't.
I'd love to see it though.
He doesn't.
Just after conversation, because I think Bowen got 20 goals last season.
Bowen's good, crazy bro.
Like that. I'm a fan of Bowen. Don't get misunderstood.
He doesn't do better than Bowen in the West Ham team. He doesn't.
I'm a fan.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the point I've been trying to make. And this is why when people are rating certain players, you have to think about it. Yeah, you have to think about it in a way. It's just like, look at Grealish. Yeah, you put Grealish in Everton. Certain man might think they're better than Grealish. Put them in that Everton team instead of Jack. Are they impacting the team more than him? The answer is no.
No, because
he's a better footballer than these guys.
Yeah, and certain players suit certain teams and certain systems. Like Jack Grealish at Everton, he's going to get more space and more time to him.
Because Jack is the system. He doesn't need a system.
Yeah, he's going to get more freedom. Hence why he put up numbers at Villa and he's going to put up numbers at Everton. And I think if you just give him a free role, I think he's talented enough to impact games. He's that good. Whereas if you restrict him and say, all right, just recycle the ball, you're not going to get GNA like that. Even though he did do well in parts at City, in particular, their treble season. I'm a fan of Grealish. So seeing him at Everton, it's good to see.
But that's why you need to understand there's different types of players, innit?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why I can't have no disrespect for Bex, because you can put Bex in any system. Bex can invert and do the extra midfield thing. He can do the wide winger thing.
Oh, you know in today's game with all these athletes around him. Oh, he do.
But also, he's a ridiculous athlete. And then on top of that, no matter what team he's in, he's the best passer on the pitch, regardless.
Ridiculous.
He's never been on a pitch, with somebody that can pass the ball better than him. Like in terms of different ranges of passing, Beckham was a joke.
Short range,
you know what I'm saying?
Long
like
range,
accuracy,
right foot, left foot.
Like, it's crazy. His delivery is a joke. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually a fucking joke, bro. So
it's him,
you know what I mean?
The ball from that right hand side and taking 3 kicks, etc. Not only scoring free kicks, but also delivering free kicks.
Brother, free kicks were like penalties for him. Like Ward-Prowse is the closest thing we've seen in the Prem to David Beckham, where there's a free kick on the edge of the box, and you're like, yo, he's probably gonna score this. Right. And if he doesn't score this, the keeper might have to make a save here because this is what man's on.
He would have played into the modern day era. He would have been a better version of De Bruyne. He would have played that right side. I said in today's game, he would have been a better version of De Bruyne. He would have played in that right side.
He would have been an athletic version of De Bruyne, because De Bruyne lost his ability to run a long time ago. Yeah. Beckham was running until the day that he retired, because Beckham's got that build. So imagine like KDB, but with a mad engine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like an up and down engine, like up and down the pitch engine. Because Beckham was running like them Africans, bro.
He was Beckham's stamina was ridiculous.
But he was running
like I said,
he
went byline to byline. Then he went byline to byline the entire game. And then Gary Neville
trying to say, bro. 89th minute, David Beckham's running the length of the pitch, bro.
Yeah. I think, like I say, worked is we praise work rate, but like his work rate was there, and especially for someone with his skill,
rate with someone with high level quality as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With his skill, you know, like they say, attacking players tend to. There was no laziness in his game. Zero laziness.
Nah, he was different, bro. And that's what I mean. So, like, the game's completely changed. Now, we're in a system-based game where you just have to be good at one or two things and your system will make up for the rest of it, bro.
Oh, yeah,
this is the reason why
we live in.
You can see, like, the Szoboszlai is playing right back now. The Trent's playing right back. Like, if Trent was playing right back in an era where you was up 1v1 against wingers, he would get toasted. He could never play right back there. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he had to defend against Ryan Giggs on that right-hand side. Ryan Giggs would have tied his ankles together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these kind of wingers, he has to go up against Iron Robin and Damien Duff and these guys.
Yeah, David Ginola. Yeah.
And
so
even
yeah,
your even your Wayne Routledges and your Aaron Lennons and all these direct wingers that man used to have in the league, they would have ripped him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different era. So you can't be comparing these players like that, bro. Like, it's proper low IQ conversations.
It's why I don't really compare. When I compare errors, I try and compare errors that are more recent. That's why I don't really, I'll split it in two or split it in three in regards to errors. I'm not comparing man from 2025 to man in 1999. I think the errors is way too vastly different and there's so many variables. Like we're comparing Beckham. If you're comparing Beckham now, we're talking about him to right wingers and people need to understand how much different it was. From playing right midfield, from playing right winger. Right winger, you have much less defensive duties. You're also starting higher up the pitch, so you're able to impact the game much easier. Whereas a right midfielder, you're picking up the ball from a much deeper area. Your touch map, you're gonna be on the halfway line. That's where you're starting because you're a right midfielder. Like people, and you're also in the 4-4-2 era. So there's two strikers in front of you. So you got to do more work in regards to helping out in your midfield as well. So there's varies of this. There's so many.
Oh, it's very, very different. And that's why the comparisons don't make sense anyway, because the players are very, very different. However, you can still look at players that play in different positions and say who's better in terms of who is closer to the top level than the other. Do you know what I'm saying?
That I agree with. Yes.
And you can still say that even if the characteristics are very, very different. And it's like players, not only do you have to have the ability, but then you have to have the ability to prove that you can tap into that ability in the big moments. And David Beckham showed that throughout his career, that in the big moments, he can be the difference, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing having a bag, but can you access that bag when it's needed? And that's my problem with like Bruno. The way people talk about Bruno Fernandes, they talk about this player like he was Eric Cantona for us, but bro, like how many big occasions have we needed this Brer to arrive and he's arrived?
Very few. Very few. You can count on one hand.
Of course you can.
You can count on one hand. Legit.
He doesn't even do it once a season. Like, he averages less than one a season because he's been with us for what, 5 seasons?
Yeah, he's been with us a long
and he hasn't got 5 big moments for Man United.
Yeah, that's why. And even when you look at the trophies we won in regards to the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, I don't think he was the best player in the team in those runs. And the 2 Europa League finals, I forgot that he was in the first one against Villarreal. I forgot about that. So 2 Europa League finals where you've got Beckham who stood up. People talk about 99. Go look who's putting them crosses in.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? 100% facts. And this is what it is, bro. The assist in the final is the only one that we're talking about. And that was recently. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? The fact that the assist in the final is the only real big moment that this brother has here, and that happened only, a couple seasons ago, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, like, probably the assist in the final.
Best signing since Cantona, but when we're looking back at your impact in the big moments, that's what they said.
The people,
best foreign signing since Cantona. I believe Gary Neville said that.
Yeah, do people realize the foreign players we signed after Cantona?
Exactly.
Did Gary Neville and others forget? Do you remember the foreign signings after him?
Brother, Gary Neville speaks about the club like he never played for it because it's like he forgets the players he played with.
So the Manjuvic don't count. Does Patrice Evra not count? We just about does Van Persie not count?
Van Persie, Zlatan. You know them ones. All these other players.
Amir, a guy he praises highly. We just gonna forget about Cristiano Ronaldo. Does he not count?
Brother, even in terms of ability, even someone like Cavani, you know them ones. Like I more could rely on fucking Cavani than I can of Bruno. The only one thing I know about Bruno 100% is that he's probably gonna have a shit game, bruv, and moan at people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's bad more than he's good. He's another player that I compare to Salah, where if you look at his actual numbers, if you actually watch him play, there's no way these numbers don't belong to him.
And here's the thing is his numbers have dwindled and people are not talking about it. His numbers have dramatic. That's why they don't mention the GNA thing no more.
But you know what they do now, Flawless, because they can't do GNA no more. Chances created. You know what? That's it. Because the GA is dead now. So man's talking about created chances, big chances created. So now it's someone else's fault. You know them ones. That's what they do. Deflected. Because man ain't got no GA no more. So now it's like, but I'm still creating. It's everyone else's chance. It's everyone else's fault. This is what these men are doing.
I knew it was chances created.
Brother, he stinks, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Expected chances created.
Expected. Here's a new one that I heard as well.
me.
That I've heard recently, man. Aggressive chance creator. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
That's aggressive chance.
That's it, bro. You man, just get your betting apps from expected streams. You know them ones there, bro. What's my expected streams?
What's your
for the day,
XS?
like?
Yeah, expected streams. Yeah, don't let me fall under.
Bro, I don't
he's a
get
great
paid for
content creator.
expected streams. I gotta go live.
Oh,
you know them ones
Jesus.
there, man. Oh, no, expected streams and that.
GNA
Yeah,
has
bro,
really
safe.
dried up. But like you said, it's everyone else's fault. So it's just chances created now. Bear in mind, you take all the set pieces.
Bro,
and if I pass you the ball and you
bro.
have a shot, that's what it is. Aggressive chance created.
Bro, it's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
Because we was having this discussion. I was on the Yardman show. We were talking about aggressive chance creator. So I was like, if there's an aggressive chance creator, is there a non-aggressive chance creator? And man were like,
this
yeah,
is what I'm
Odegaard.
trying to say. I'd rather you're not an aggressive chance creator, because when you're less aggressive, yeah, you tend to have a better success rate.
Yeah. Well, I was like, if there's an aggressive chance creator, is there a non-aggressive chance creator? What's a non-aggressive chance creator? And the man were like, yeah, Odegaard. I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Someone like Fabregas was someone who was a proper chance creator, but he wasn't aggressive. He would be very responsible on the ball, and if he saw an opportunity, then he'll play the pass. He wasn't trying to make a chance out of nothing. Like that. This guy trying to force passes that are not on.
And even the chances created now has dipped because this manager's now playing him further away from the goal. So even that's dropped off. Even the chance created thing's dropped off, which is crazy that Amarim's done that, and you've taken away what he's best at, and now even further exposed his weaknesses. So again, he needs to be gone. Yeah,
it's all foolishness, bro. This is what I'm saying. The way that football, is consumed now is crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it. Like, Grealish got 12 in 2 games. He got 4 assists in like 2 games, Grealish. But the thing is, Bruno's probably got more expected assists than Grealish has assists, because expectation is more important.
Yeah, let's see this. I'm gonna actually check this chances created this season, man. Has Bruno really got 12 already this season? Because I ain't seen too many. Yeah, he's top. Yeah.
Grealish got 4 assists in two games, bruv. Like, Grealish is on absolute smoke right now.
But here the thing is, Bruno got 12. You know who's second with 10? Anton Stach from Leeds. There you go. That's why people need to be careful with these stats. Anton Stach, I even know who he is. James Ward-Prowse is 4, and Dewsbury Hall's 5, and Bremmel's 3. That's what we doing, man. What is going on? Anton Stach, people, is 10th. Are we saying he's the second most creative player in the Premier League in these first 3-4 games? I bet. That's why I don't pay attention to these stats. And even though, and also as well with chances created, they don't tell you the quality of the chance. And what's a big mischance to me may not be a big mischance to Rants.
Bro, it depends on who the chance falls to, if it's a big chance or not.
And also who the chance falls to as well. And this is the thing is with these stats, this is someone determining it. So I could see it and go, that's a big mischance. Rants could see it and go, nah, it's not. Who's right, who's wrong? That's why these stats have nonsense.
But also it depends on who the chance falls to. Because if the chance falls to Mbumo, it's a big chance, If it falls to Mbumo on his right foot, in the box, on his left foot, if it falls to him on his right foot and the ball's behind him and he's stretching, or it's in front of him and he's stretching, then it's not a big chance no more. Proximity to the goal is not the only thing that makes it a big chance.
100%. Also, where the ball is and the passing to you, and if there's a defender on you, and I had this conversation in the first game against Arsenal, where someone was trying to tell me to create the clear-cut chances we created, and he talked about the Cunha shot that Raya saved. I'm like, no, it's not. And it's too subjective of a stat. Don't bring me subjective stats. That's where my issue lies. Goals is goals. That cannot be disputed. If someone gets a goal, they get a goal.
It goes in.
Yeah, it goes in. Even assists, it don't tell you the quality of the assist.
It does.
For example. So, like, if Cunha would have scored that goal when he went past 4 players, whoever passed him the ball would have got the assist.
The ball would have got the assist, which is crazy.
But if someone threads a through ball, you know what I'm saying, past the defender, right into you, and you score, that's a proper assist.
That's what I mean, but even that young kid for Liverpool the other day that scored that goal, bro, the assist was the dummy. It wasn't the pass from Salah. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was the dummy.
Because if Sobo doesn't dummy that pass, that dummy is what takes the defender out. It's the dummy. It's not nothing. Because if he takes a touch there, the chance is gone, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The dummy made sure that the ball got there. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. If Sobo's not there to dummy it, Salah can't play that ball directly to Rio. He can't play that pass directly because the defender cuts it out.
Exactly. And that's where the issue lies. Like, even making a smart run like Szoboszlai or dummying it, or in other instances, there's too many subjectives. That's why I don't pay attention to chances created and expected assists and expected goals. How about just get goals? Let's do that. Yeah, man. Like
This is what I'm saying. Bun your expectations. Let's just talk about what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, not what you think is gonna happen or what you expect to happen. Fuck the expectations. Let's talk about what's actually happening.
Yeah, because the fact Bruno got 12 like chances created, I'm like, where are these chances from? Like, what are we doing here? I look at the other players in this list, and these are no players that anyone looks at outside of Bremer and go, yeah, go get them. That's how you know this thing is nonsense. Absolute.
Yeah, bro. Like I see Man United post today, like and Bruno clocked the second highest speed in the Premier League this season. Brother, why is that? Who cares? Why is that a stat, bro? You know them, like
they got a clutch at straws. That's why.
Yeah, but it's like, but why is that a stat, bro? Like, why do we need to know that? Do you know what I mean? Like, what has that done for my day? Do you get it?
They gotta pedal out positivity, man. They gotta pedal out some form of
right. So that means like he's this, and that doesn't mean that he's the second fastest player in the league. It doesn't mean that.
Having this conversation just yesterday as well.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that though. Even though he might be, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
necessarily, because when you look at clock speed, I think last season Garnacho was top 5.
Bro, the top speed in the league most of the time, yeah, goes to either defenders making recovery runs, because you see, like they said that Chris Smalling clocked the fastest speed at Man United when he was there, because man's running back.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like strikers don't need to run like at the top speed most of the time, because if someone's playing a 10-yard ball to you, you just run quick enough to get away from the defender. You don't need to be like,
and you don't have enough time. You don't even have enough time as well. If you're a defender sprinting back from the halfway line to your own goal, that's much more than
you don't have enough time to build top speed when you're running 10 yards, bro. Because most of the time, to get top speed, these guys really have to run at a certain distance.
Quick, but do I think he's the second quickest player in the Premier League? No, I don't think he's the second quickest Premier player. Is he quick? Yes, but I think if you put him in a race with Van der Ven and Adama Traore, he's finishing third. You say, you bad rate.
It depends over what distance, because these guys need about 20 meters really to get to top speed, innit? Unless you've got rapid acceleration like a Frimpong. And Frimpong might have crazy acceleration, but his top speed might not be the same as the other guys. So speed's measured over different distances. Do you know what I'm saying?
Instead of international breaks, let's just do that. They should just treat it like they do an all-star game, man. And let's see these players.
And you got that Philemana you as well, that skinned Lenny Euro. That brother's rapid.
Yeah. He's quick. Van der Ven as well is rapid. He seems like his acceleration and top speed is nuts. Like the way he just is, it's ridiculous. He electric.
You know what I'm saying? Also, and then man say that Gittins is quick, but he don't look that quick when he's tripping over the ball. You know the man. He's probably quick without it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's quick without the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Alanga's another one as well, man. Lightning. Like once he's gone,
Alanga's rapid, bro.
Don't forget all this international break stuff. Let's see these men have a race, man. We want to see this. Let's go, man. Take the 10 quickest players.
They need to do that. You know, when they have that All-Star week in fucking football, them man just have a combine or something for all the footballers, and them man have a fucking 30-meter race or 60-meter race, blood, and we get all the fastest players in the league and they run, bruv. Because they might as well.
All the fastest players, and then you could do that. Like, all right, you get one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and then like everyone puts their name down one-on-ones. I want to see that. 2 players just go one-on-one. Who's best? See who puts their name down. I'd love to see that. Let's see it. Yeah. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Defenders can put their name down as attackers, and then you match them up. Like you said, all-star. That's where I'm at with it. Let's see who's the fastest. Yeah, better than it's better than England and Moldova. I'll tell you that much. I ain't trying to see that. I'd go and watch.
You look. Let's get these likes up, man. 500 likes target, bruv. Surviving Onana, bruv. Apparently, he signed that contract today.
Let's go. Yeah, we got him go yesterday.
Shout out my guy Jim, you know. Man saying that Jim and Jason Wilcox ran him out the club, you know. That's what they're saying. They're saying that he didn't expect to leave. And, bro, I'll be real, yeah? Because he helped us get Mbumo, yeah? And he was helping us get the Belabor thing, yeah? Man never... A part of me was like, yo... Maybe he's gonna stay in it, but they're saying that Wilcox and Jim just ran man out the club and was just like, "Yo, did
you should have been sooner?" Like 110%. Yeah, if you did help us with Mbremo, if you were potentially helping us with Balibo, that's all well and good. But you're not good enough, and your own performance haven't been up to par. You've been awful for 2 years. I'm more than happiness. It's more relief that he's gone. Yep. I'm just glad, even though it's only a loan, he can't play this season. That's it. And also him wanting a pay rise, apparently, that's crazy. Because
man was complaining about obviously the salary, because when they're outside Europe, it's 25% less. But it's like, we're outside of Europe and you helped massively with that.
You contributed heavily. So therefore, accountability. But again, like many other Manchester United players, self-awareness on the pitch translates to off the pitch. How dare you do that? Ask for a raise. You really think you deserve a raise?
Yeah.
Based off of what? All right, come on, man. Let's be.
That's what I'm trying to say. Man said he was in support of the decision, and he was taken by surprise. Of course he was, bro. And obviously, I like the fact that Wilcox, yeah, it seems like Jim and Wilcox are like they're on the same page about a lot of the stuff that's going on footballing rise, which is great. Because I know that Wilcox don't really rate a lot of the players that I don't rate, like Luke Shaw and Bruno and that. So hopefully they'll get forced out the door. And also, because they're on high wages, I think Jim's got extra incentive to get them out. Because they're saying that Man United, like with Ineos, somebody put in the wage bill yesterday, like under the Glazers and under Ineos.
Yeah, I think it was like 4.7.
Bro, they're getting rid of all these players and they're saying that they want to cap it off around 180k, really. Which is exactly where you want it, bro. Like, you only want real top players to be on 200k and more. And even then, if you look at Liverpool, yeah, maybe not so much now because of the guys they brought in. But if you look at their wage bill, they've had some really good players and they're not on big money. So Man United shouldn't have to be paying man big money to get them to the club. Because
it's about, to me, it's always about obviously what you're worth and what you've done previously, but incentivize. Say this all the time, incentivize. If you're really as good as we believe you are and you believe you are, then you're going to hit these targets. You are going to, this is where I was at with Osimhen when people talking about his big wages. That's why I was saying, talk to him, incentivize the contract. Let's see. If you get certain amount of goals, certain amount of assists, we finish in this position, we win a league or whatever, or win trophies or whatever the case may be. So that's what I would say. Yeah, no situational awareness. Zero
but even
whatsoever.
The paying big money when you start winning things, yes, to a certain degree. But if you sign players of a certain age and they're in a certain moment in their career, you don't need to pay big wages. And this is what Ralph said as well. He said we should be signing players that are on their second contract, really, in senior football. Do you know what I'm saying? Not signing men that are on their third, fourth contract and then you having to pay out the big money. You want to sign players that are good, but also you want to sign players that you believe that their best days are ahead of them.
Of course.
I believe with Cunha and Mbeumo, their best days are ahead of them. Sesko,
because they're there. Because
you know what I mean?
With Cunha and Mbeumo, they're there, and it's like
they're there, but they can still improve. Like,
can you break they're
not on the decline. Do you see what I mean? Because they're of an age where they can still improve. The problem is when you sign a Casemiro's best days are behind him. Even though he's a good player, like he was never going to improve at Man United.
Yeah, you're doing this. Yeah,
you see what I mean? So his trajectory was downwards, even though he was a good player. So we don't need to be signing players on downward trajectory. When we signed Bruno, his trajectory was upwards. That's why his wages were so low. He was on 75k when we signed him.
I'm all for it.
So when you look at the kind of players we should be signing, we should be signing players like Baleba. His best days are ahead of him. He's not going to be more than 100k.
No. Because he's only on his first contract now at Brighton. And that's why I'm all for in regards to this is why I dislike when people say, oh, there's no value in the market or you can't get players. No, there might be no value in the obvious market. So in regards to names, we can't rattle off names where we go, all right, go get this player, this player, this player, this player. But there's players out there. There's players out there all across Europe, 110%. Because this time next season, we're going to be talking about a player none of us are talking about now and saying, oh, he's 80 million, he's 90 million, he's 100 million. He's the next best thing. No one knew Baleba when they signed him. Nobody knew it. And then within 2 seasons, we're talking 100 million. Yeah. And there's many other players that are like that as well. Brighton seem to be the ones that get them right. But I'm saying even outside of them, there's other players that people don't know about. And then also recruit from within the Premier League. You have to be smart enough to do that. Go and buy the best of the rest. Saying we did with Mbeumo and Cunha, which is why I like those 2 signings so much.
And also, what they're costing, is aged beautifully. A lot of people ain't giving like Matt Hargreaves and a lot of the guys that negotiate for us any credit. But when you see how much Newcastle paid for Visa and that Voltamada player, like when you look at them, and then you look at how much Mbeumo and Cunha cost, we've had a good window. You know them, man.
Definitely. When you look at Mbeumo Cunha, yes, without question.
When you look at that, when you look at what we actually played, Do you know what I'm saying? When you look at what Liverpool played for Wirtz, do you know what I'm saying? Loads of people have said, oh, Wirtz is one of the best players in the world and that, so he's worth that. But that's yet to be seen in a Liverpool shirt. Do you know what I mean? As it stands, they've overpaid for him until he proves otherwise. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm overpaid for him massively. So only time will tell if that stays to be true, because the sample size is very small. However, it's not looking great for the guy right now. I'll be honest, but we don't know.
Struggling. Yeah, I expect him to adapt because of the quality and the players he have around, but he is struggling. It shows. That's why I say with Ineos, one thing they have done very well, which I think has gone under the radar because performances and results and everything else has been so bad, is recruitment. I think the recruitment has been excellent. I think this summer, January, last summer, when you look at the players we've signed and the money we've signed them for, and also the wages we signed them, under the radar. Because if those things was bad, you wouldn't hear the end of it. But because they've been good, you're not going to hear about it. But then because the performances of because we finished 8th last season, not last season, the season before last, and then this season we finished 15th, and the whole Ten Hag scenario, and it's like, how are we adding to the team but going backwards on the pitch? We're adding talent because I like our windows. I love this window.
Right.
In particular, the outgoings, I thought phenomenal business. That was the best part of it. Incomings, I would have preferred more players, but I still think you did good business, in particular with Mbeumo and Cunha. So it's like, all right, we should get better, but we'll see what's what.
No, facts. No, that's what I mean. But a lot of people don't want to give credit where it's due, innit? Do you know what I'm
because
saying?
people ain't balanced. I cannot like the ownership.
Yeah, they haven't been perfect. They haven't been perfect, but you can't criticize the recruitment. Do you know what I mean? Even the midfielder stuff here, people are saying that they should have got the manager and midfielder. Brother, you were bending over, begging Bruno to stay, you know. We got offered 120 million for Bruno. This brother wanted Bruno to stay. You could have got 2 midfielders for that 120 million, you know.
And that should have been taken out of his hand.
Because Bruno, Casemiro, and Mount combined on £1 million a week in wages. Why should they buy him another midfielder? Why should they?
When it comes from that aspect, yes. But the other aspect is that decision should have been taken out of his hands. The fact that he's making that decision ties into why that further emphasizes why he shouldn't be in the job. Because turning down 100 million for that player is crazy work.
You're right, but here's the layers to this, yeah. Because you've got 3 midfielders on $1 million a week wages, and then you're freezing out Kobe as well. So that means if Kobe's surplus to requirements, you don't need a midfielder that bad.
No.
You know them.
He don't need him. He's cool with the midfield we have.
Yeah, you don't need a midfielder because
Go on.
If you needed a midfielder, you would utilize Kobe. You're a coach. Why are you not coaching?
Because he can't coach.
Do you know what I'm saying? Why are you not coaching?
He can't coach.
That doesn't make no sense. Do you know what I mean? That's like Arteta saying, "Oh, I need another 10." Yeah, you got Ethan there. You just signed a new contract. Play him. But like, what are you talking about?
With Arteta, we know what he's like. He don't want to play young players. With Amorim, he ain't a fan of Maino. You see that style and the way Maino, he wants energy players.
But just because he's not a fan of Kobe, that doesn't mean he needs a midfielder. It just means that he needs to figure out how to use him, bro. It's your job as a coach to figure out how to utilize what you have.
Yes, but we know we have seen enough evidence to know he can. Does he utilize? What does he do? Who do we look at from an individual perspective or a team perspective and go, oh, that's well done? Like, we're so bad, people don't talk about this. Because this was after the Burnley game where, and I'm going off on a tangent here, where yes, we missed chances and should have been 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, however many goals ahead. But then my point is, you're going to miss chances as a team. Why can't we keep clean sheets? We play a back 5. Why have we only got 5 clean sheets in like 30 matches? We play 5 defensive players, 6 defensive players, sometimes 7 defensive players.
Sometimes 7,
But don't keep clean sheets and don't look defensively solid.
Because it's a systematic error.
Yeah, that's on the manager. So clearly he can't get it right. This is why it's crazy. Because I wanted better in quality, not for him. I'm thinking for the future. Like, what you're saying makes sense, yes, Rants, in regards to you chose Bruno to stay, but then even after the first preseason game said we lack physicality all over the pitch, especially in midfield. You said this. So why keep him?
But bro, you know what the wickedest thing is, yeah? You could have sold Bruno and you could have got Baleba and Wharton with the money and the wages. Because this brother's on 375. Do you know what I'm saying? Wharton and fucking Baleba between them wouldn't be on 300k. Between them, they would be under probably 300k. So you can pay both of their wages with Bruno's wages.
Jesus.
Do you see what I'm saying?
375.
So this is what man need to understand. Plus the 120 million from the Saudis, and they would have paid cash for that shit as well. It wouldn't have been no installments. It would have been 120 million cash. So that means we could have gone and signed both of them youths. So because you want to keep my man, then you're fucked now. You're fucked. Bruno's the highest paid player, bro. They matched his wages with Casemiro. Casemiro and Varane was on the big boy money at the club, and Bruno wanted parity with the top earners. That's what his new contract got him.
And the thing is, Amorim gonna die with him and get sacked. And that's what I don't understand. This is why I'm so concerned. I was having this conversation again a couple of days ago about the next manager joining and getting unhealthy attachments to these players. You've watched Amorim. What's happened? Every manager who's backed Bruno here has been fired. You have died. So why would you join and go, yeah, you know what? This is the guy I'm going to back. You've watched him get all the previous managers sacked, because people love to pull out the whole, oh, this is the same group of players that got all the other managers sacked. No, it's not. But you know who's the one common denominator who's been here a long time that people don't want to talk about? Bruno Fernandes. So I'm so fearful of the next manager joining and going, yeah, he's my guy.
Bro, this is his last season anyway, because Ineos are going to want to get rid of his wages and he's getting older. So the good thing about that is I believe it's his last season anyway. So with that being said, they should have you're right, they should have taken it out of the hands of the manager. But then on the flip side, if they sell Bruno and the manager comes out and says he didn't want to sell Bruno, then there'll be a section of the fan base that'll be saying he's not backing the manager. It was against the manager's will, so on and so forth. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that is true. And you know what they should have done? Stood firm and went, hey, go with him. Hey, you don't need a manager. Go with him, man. You really want to die with this guy? Like, all right, cool. Unless it is the whole, hey, you asked for this, you gonna die on this hill. But then in turn, not only Bruno suffers, the manager suffers, the club suffers, the owners suffer, and we suffer as fans. Nobody wins in this scenario. Overall, that's where my issue lies. Nobody wins.
Yeah, but bro, I would have sold Bruno to make the manager quit. That's what I would have done. But you know what I'm saying?
That was the sensible thing. He should.
That's what I would have done. I would have forced Bruno at the club, and then I would have forced my man to quit.
He should have not even been there to make that decision.
Yeah.
He should have been. That should have been taken out of his hands, and he should have been gone before the Bruno offer came in. And then you sell Bruno, and then you restart, new manager, and you go get two midfielders. If that's Maliba and Wharton, cool. If that's two others, all right, cool. It's terrible. It's just dreadful all around, and we gonna suffer for it now this season. We gonna suffer. 100%.
No, but that's it. So, at the end of the day, that's another thing. You're right. They should have taken it out of the hands of the manager, and they didn't. And this is why I ain't gonna stand here and completely defend these guys, because I've been balanced. I think that people are not being balanced with their analysis on what the owners have done well. Everyone's quick to highlight the shit that they haven't done, but nobody wants to give them credit for the shit they have done. They've done way more right than they've done wrong. But the things that they've done wrong, in my opinion, like they're not stuff that you should be overlooking. You know what I mean? They should have sacked this manager after losing to Spurs. You don't overlook that. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact that Nuno's gone before Ruben Amorim, that's an issue. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That is crazy. That's
an issue.
Nuno's
because
gone.
Now Angie's one less manager that we could have got. Not saying I wanted him, but that's one less manager off the market now.
And even also why that annoys, because I think Ange going to Spurs, from how Ange wants to play football and how Spurs are, how Forest are, I think it's a terrible match. He's the complete opposite. So I look at that and I go, Forest, who were a potential team who were going to be top 8, top 7, etc., and now gone. So that's another team. Newcastle don't look like they're it. Villa are not high. Forest are not high. That's 5, 6, and 7 from last season. Not in that order, I believe, but that's 5, 6, and 7 from last season. Then you've got the likes of Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, etc. We had a genuine opportunity to move on this manager, move on Bruno, further improve the team, and we could have been top 5, top 6. And we're having a whole different conversation.
All right, 1 second, bro. I need to go get the door. But I reckon it's Cass and Bruno's last year. I think their midfield is the next rebuild.
Yeah, please, with a new manager, I need this, man. It is what you lot saying in the chat, though. Big up, man. I don't only check the chat, but run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. They will sack Ruben when top 6 is unattainable. You think so, LSG? I think he's gone in November. I'm not gonna lie. Next on his focus is midfield turnover. I think it should have been this season. He cost us over 200 million not qualifying for the Champions League and not selling that. That's crazy. What fares? Hey, big up to Kaya, man. Run up the likes, man. Big up to Kaya. Good to see you in the chat. I think they've done just as much things wrong as they've done well, so it all cancels itself out at the end of the day, in my opinion. Yeah, this is what it is. No watch-alongs today. No, to Locatelli, no watch-alongs today. But make sure you follow in the Twitch. Hey, shout out Alvaro, shout out to Musa, but I don't know what he was talking about when he was chatting about the Martinez and that. Flawless, you look like you're in a sniping shot. I do. It kind of looks like that. It does. It looks like I just got the rifle there and I'm just going to take someone out. I hear you. I hear you. But no, I hear you. Big up Rocky as well, man. Shout out to you. Tuesday Flawless, just tired of the guy's stupid face at the dugout, frankly speaking. I hear you. I'm tired of it too. I am. Bruno, the low Shaw, get them gone. Hey, you lot preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. Let's see. I think the players drag him to top 6. I don't, because he's not that bad. So Locatelli, he says, Flawless, when's your boxing match? They ain't got enough money for me, man. You know what I'm saying? The money I want, they ain't got enough for me. You know what I'm saying? For me to get punched in the face, yo, I need to be calm for the next 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And that. I leave that to Rants and that. That's what that is.
Yeah, the casting, I think Cass is gone, bro. Like, I think Cass is going to end of the season. I think Bruno's going to end the season. I think the midfield is the next department that they're going to do an overhaul. That's why they're making sure that Baleba is available, and they've got there early to make sure he don't go nowhere else, because they probably see him as a key part of the rebuild. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be him and someone else, bro, for sure. We're signing at least 2 top midfielders in the summer, or we're signing 1 in January, and we'll sign at least 1 top 1 in the summer, and we'll probably sign like a young prospect, like a Hackney or something like that, one of those players.
Yeah, and here the thing is, even though I want the midfield to improve because I want United to have the very best, work with what you have. I was having this conversation about Glasner, and was saying, if you give Glasner our team and say, hey, you know what, you Maino and Casemiro's your pivot, it's not ideal, but you make it work. Man makes Will Hughes and Jefferson Lerma look. So Lerma and Will Hughes can work, who are 2 solid Premier League players. But if we had them 2, our fan base and myself would still be saying, hey, go and get better. So he can make those 2 work. So Kobe and Casemiro together as a duo, I think he could work in the pivot. He plays the exact same formation we do. Like I say, just executes it different.
I agree.
Executes it different. So yeah, we'll see what's
and yo, Rap Haven, I don't think so. I don't think individual brilliance can save this manager, bro. It didn't last season. Do you know what I mean? And it won't this season, bro. Like, from what I've seen of this team this season, the system is just not good enough, bro. Like, even with like Mbumo and Ahmad doesn't look as good as he did last season. Ahmad looks like someone that's being forced to play a position he don't want to play. He don't look like he enjoys it there. I think him and Mbumo on that side, even though at times it can look really good, I think for the most part, them 2 are getting in positions that the other person wants to be in. Do you know what I'm saying? They're getting each other's way. Like, Mbumo's more of a touchline player cutting in, and Ahmad has developed into being a touchline player cutting in. Do you know what I'm saying? So they get into similar areas, and obviously good players can play with good players. So when they're close together, they link up really well. But in an ideal situation, you don't need 2 players that are they're similar in where they want to be.
Yeah, because they both want to put in from the right-hand side. But like you mentioned, because they're 2 good players, I think they're smart enough to figure it out. But it'll take a little bit of time to figure it out.
Because they're not, stylistically, they're not similar, but the areas they want to operate in. So inside, Bruno wants to receive the ball out wide, drift inside. So does Ahmad. So it doesn't work.
And we ain't got the manager we ain't got the manager to help them out. So they got to figure it out. And that's why I don't think individual brilliance will, because he makes not only he makes everyone worse, man. Let's be real. We don't really create and score goals, and we don't keep clean sheets. So we don't defend very well, and we don't attack very well. That's a recipe for disaster. If you keep clean sheets, you got a chance. If you score a whole heap of goals, you got a chance. We do neither. Yeah. Let's be really real. We do neither. Don't tell me about chances created, man. We don't really do either well. So, and then you add in that, the midfield is not really midfielding. So, all right.
Yeah, that's it. Man, Ahmad, bro, listen, I can't lie. Even Dorgu's been good, yeah. Dorgu actually had a really good preseason, and he's been benched for Dallo. Like, not enough people are talking about that. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of Dorgu, yeah, but Dorgu, like, finished the season strongly, had a good preseason, and he's been benched for Dallo, bruv. Yeah, I mean, Dallo left wing back. no one's talking about it, bro, and they should be talking about it.
But the reason why, you know, when I was talking about it too tough, because there's so many other things going wrong that's going on that are wrong, is into why people are not talking about it. There's so many other things and games and results and off the field stuff and and all of these things. That's where it starts. I like Dog. I think he's the finished article. No, but look at it. Athletically, you've got it. So whether it's a fullback or wingback role, I think the mental attributes are there. I think you have a good enough IQ. Your anticipation's good. You're aggressive. Yeah. I never see you hiding. Positional sense is fine. And you're always trying to do the right thing. Technically, he needs to improve, yes. But he's 20 years old. The crossing and the passing, etc. But give me someone who's at least being an outlet out there. He's a constant. I never see him not. His engine is ridiculous.
But that's the thing. What I like about Dorgu is that he has the right idea. The execution's always not the best, and it seems like he does rush things a bit. However, like the idea is there. And if I can see the idea is there, I'm more likely to be patient. Man can say Dorgu's not a wingback, but what? And Dallo is. Yeah, Dallo's do me a fucking favor. You know what I'm saying? Dallo ain't good at nothing, bro.
Yeah, Dorgu will actually go beyond the 10 and actually try and be an outlet. He's a constant outlet. Anytime we get the ball, he's on his bike. Every single time. Watch this.
Yeah, he runs away from the ball and he runs to the final line, bro. He will run and he will stretch teams. Yes. Dallo wants to go towards the ball.
Yeah, he don't like he's out, like he's gone, he's going byline, he's offering width, and that's why I talk about outlet. It's so easy to defend when everything's central and narrow. If there's no width, you're calm. That's it. There's no width, you're calm. Everyone wants to defend against that. On your bike, outlet. Anyone who plays football, if you play central, I play central midfield. If there's no width, nightmare. This is your pass out there. It's an easier outlet ball than trying to thread it through the lines, etc. And Dorgu offers that. And also takes away, like Rants mentioned there. But
yeah, so ultimately, the biggest issue with this team right now is the system. I don't think the player's an issue. I don't think the midfield is an issue. I think a lot of the midfield issues that people are seeing are structural, and they're not due to personnel.
Yeah, I don't think it's personnel, because I think we have. When I look at us from an individual aspect, we're better than most, but we look worse than most. So
but this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like
from an individual perspective, we're better than most people. Not
when
everybody.
We were playing Cassano Ugarte under Ruud van Nistelrooy, no one was saying, "Yo, like the midfield's not good enough. We need new midfielders." No one was saying that, bro. You play this midfield, a lot closer together, and all of a sudden,
it just looks better.
Cass is reading of the game, and Ugarte's reading of the game, and his tenacity. It wins us a lot of midfield battles. It wins us a lot of them, bro.
We watched it, and to this guy, Areola, because now we're Manchester United are in our current situation. I don't need a new manager getting a culture shock. Same way I talk about buying from within in regards to the Premier League, the situation we're in, we don't need a manager adapting to the league. Last thing we need is a manager adapting to the league and tactics and Nah.
I'll get someone leave mid-season. Apparently, he's got a 10 million release clause, and also, like he will have big ambitions, bro. Like. I don't think there's a manager outside of. I don't think there's a manager outside of the big six that doesn't leave for Man United mid-season. Like,
but Bournemouth, there's not
a single one, bro.
Yeah, respectfully, and I like Bournemouth and Areola, and same with Glasner at Palace. It's Bournemouth and Palace. Come on, man, what are we doing out here? Like, yes, if United turned up to Palace or turned up to Bournemouth and said, "We want your manager," it is saying Xavi's a winner. We don't need. Look at where we're at right now.
We need someone that can win here, though. Like,
yes, we don't need winners right now in regards to forget Premier League and Champions Leagues. We need a manager to deal with us now and get us just being a cohesive, competitive unit and comfortably back into the top 4/5. Let's start there. Man, trying to sprint. Let's crawl first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Let's crawl first. Not even stand up. Let's crawl first. Then stand up. Then walk. Then run. Then sprint, people. Like that's where I'm fully, as much as I don't like it, I'm fully aware of where Manchester United are. And we are in the pits of hell currently, right? Clearly, as a team, as a squad. So we need to get back to
all
basics.
the man talking about Zidane's and all that, bro. Like, man, we need a stage 2 coach. Like, Amarim's done well, to clear out the dressing room. I don't know how much credit to give him for that, because it seems like Wilcox and the guys upstairs are driving the exits anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because Wilcox never rated Rasmus Højlund anyway. These guys had issues with Marcus Rashford before Amarim came in. Do you know what I'm saying? The Garnacho situation, I don't know. Who else am I thinking? Anthony, they wanted to get out anyway. Sancho they wanted to get out anyway because of the wages. Onana is just, bro, a self-explanatory one because he's fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how many of them wouldn't have happened if Amorim wasn't there. I reckon the majority of them would have happened anyway.
If they smart, yeah, because you know why I think I add to that is because they've been good with their recruitment, so it makes sense. It makes sense them getting rid of these bad players. But yeah, we don't need a Zidane, and I'm a big fan of Zidane. I was the one saying before Amorim, I don't want a manager who is from within the Premier League. I want someone new. But things change. And look, because it's gone south, we need someone who's been here before. People, that's where we're at. We need someone who's been in this situation. We don't need someone who's no.
We need someone that understands the Premier League, understands the physical and psychological demands of the Premier League, and also understands how massive this football club is. You know what I mean? And it's one of them ones where if you've been in this league, you understand all the above, innit? So
we don't need anybody. We don't need.
I think it has to happen.
Because like one thing Amorim said that I agree with, well, he's reiterated to about the physical side of the game. It's a shock. It's a culture shock.
But he shouldn't be shocked. That shows me he wasn't ready. You know them ones, because you shouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing about Xavi, for instance, or
he's
even
managed outside.
Obviously, Xavi's been at Barca, but also not just Xavi. The difference with Iriola or a Glasner is because they've been in the Prem. There's no culture shock because they understand the demands and the pressure on a team like Man United because they played against Man United. They've been to the stadium. They understand the media obligations. They see all the media coverage because they live in the country. So because they live in the country, they live amongst the culture. They understand what it means because they're here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing what happens from outside is not the same as being immersed in the Premier League. No. So they don't have to be at a big club to understand what it means because they're still around it.
It's not a shock. Whereas if it's one thing watching people be in a field, but being in that field is a completely different thing, people. That's what it is. Like, you lot watch Rants daily. Some of you lot watch me on a regular, other content creators. You're not going to know what it's like to be a content creator until you're a content creator. It's like, I got to do this. I got to organize that, thumbnail this. What's the idea for this? All of this type of stuff. And I'm just putting it on a less high profile scale for people to understand what it is. And it is a massive culture shock. I think it was the overlap, and was it Henry who was on there? I think when Henry spoke about coming over to the Premier League and how much of a shock it was to him as a player. And when he went back to like France on international duty, and he was like, they cheer tackles. He's like, I can't believe it. He's like, people get tackled and they cheer.
Yeah.
Again, man ain't used to that type of thing. So yes, go and get someone from within the Premier League. And like baby steps, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Baby steps.
That's what it is. Hey, big up everyone inside. Let's get to 500 likes. I'm not watching England, bruv. I'll rather watch paint dry, bruv. You know what I mean? And scratch my eyeballs out simultaneously, fam. I'm not watching England. I don't give a toss. You know what I mean? So I'll be back later with a Batman stream for sure, man. What are you saying, Flawless, anyway?
Hey, blessed for having me first and foremost. Secondly, people live 11 p.m. UK time. I'm doing crossover shows, so all the shows, so like the Yardman show with the Bayesian show, Arsenal show with the City show. So I'm just waiting to hear back. But 11 p.m. UK time, I'll be live. Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Follow the Twitch as well. Also Sarcasm City TV as well.
But this is what I'm saying. Calm and bro, I'll raid your stream and I'm done as well, blood. I ain't having a mad late one tonight, blood. When I get raided by Flawless, I know I'm up too late, blood.
That's what it is. Because I seen it and I was like, shit, Rants is still live. I was like, oh, he's in game mode. I said it to my stream. I was like, yo, man's immersed in the game, been there. You look at 3-4 hours have gone. Yeah,
bro, I can't lie. That game just it took me yesterday. I was like, say no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're back.
To Pesbian, this is it. This is why I can't tell Rants what it's like to box, because I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everyone wants to box till they get punched in the face. It seems good. Seems like a great idea.
No, facts.
Until you get punched in the face.
Bro, but this is why it's going to be so hard to get fights, bro. You know them ones. It's going to be so hard to get fights because a lot of the influencers and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, bro, them man don't want to get punched in the face, bro. They just saw boxing as a way to kind of, you know what I mean, make a quick bag when it was trendy like 2-3 years ago. And now it's like, yeah, cool, you're gonna make money, but now you're not wearing 16-ounce gloves no more. You're wearing small gloves and you're really getting punched in the face. And a lot of them man ain't on it. That's why a lot of these man ain't fighting no more. That's the reality. Because it's not worth it, bro. Like,
worth it. That's why
Man think the money's worth it, but it's not really, bro. And the training, bro, like what you put your body through, the training, the dieting, all those things, yeah. Like, bro, it's not a joke, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? It's absolutely not a joke. So the reality is, it's like a lot of men they don't want to go through it. I said he's my ideal next week. But next ain't gonna happen. It's not next, bro. It's not about who I want. It's about who would accept the fight and stuff like that, bro. Like I said, there's loads of guys that would use the fact that I've only had 2 fights as an excuse to duck, man. You know them, man. And that's the reality. So that's the space man are in. It's influencer. So people are also thinking about their reputation and clout and that, because certain men don't want to take a loss to someone that's had 2 fights. So they don't want to take a loss to someone that ain't a massive name compared to them, because that's how they see it. You know what I mean? Them man are only willing to take a loss for £500,000. You know them man ain't trying to take a loss for 50 bags.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. So it's one of them ones where it's not about what I want. It's about, you know what I mean? My management looking and saying, yo, like, we want to match you up, but who would accept the fight? Like, they gave me a list of names yesterday, and they said they gave me a list of names based on people they think would take it. You know them one.
Rather than just the actual list.
Yeah, that's not the list. There's a list of that they think will take it. That's not the actual list. That's just people that they think would take it, because you could offer loads of people their fights. Like KSI was saying that, like, about 7 or 8 people turned down fighting him or something like that before the Wayne Bridge thing. I don't know how true that is. Do you know what I'm saying? But they probably looked at it and said, yo, but what you're offering me financially, like, I don't want the fight. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's all it could be. I don't think they're looking at him thinking, right, he's gonna box my head off. Because
it's a money thing.
Yeah, it's a money thing. The man are looking at it saying, yo, if I take this fight, how much is it worth? Do you know what I'm saying? And this is it's politics, bro. You know what I mean? That's the reality. So it's finding someone that's willing to fight, and also like willing to fight for a reasonable amount of money, because it's so easy to price yourself out of a fight. And you see it in pro boxing. So imagine if you're seeing it in pro boxing when man
doing pro boxing,
and that money feeds their family. So in influencer boxing, these influencers all have enough money and can make money in other ways. So it's easier to just duck a fight, because they're like, right, I don't need the bread. Like, I'm not fighting for money. I'm gonna get paid, but I'm not fighting for money. Like, I've got enough money, like, for me to live the life I want to live. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one of them ones where these guys have all got bread, and especially if they've been boxing in Misfits and that for 2 or 3 years, a lot of these men got bread, because they've made more money than all the new boxers are gonna make. You know them, man? Because the more successful any business is, the less they pay people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get in early, that's where all the money is. It's the same with YouTube. When KSI and them man first started in YouTube, all these guys with 5 million subs and 10 million subs, they got all the money.
They got the bread.
What they pay us for 1 million views now is not what they used to pay for 1 million views 5, 6, 7 years ago. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So maybe 1 million views like 5, 6 years ago might have been like, what? Who knows? Like 8, 9 bags.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? And now it will be closer to 5, 6. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where when you get in early, you get all the money. All the brothers that fought on the Prime cards, that fought on the Logan Paul cards, the KSI cards, the Deji cards, those are the guys that are going to get the big dough. Do you know what I'm saying? The last pay-per-view was Darren Till and Luke Rockhold. That's not bringing in anywhere near the same amount of money as KSI and Tommy Fury. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyone that fought on those cards when the big name guys were actually fighting, they're going to get the big dough. You know what I'm saying? If you're fighting on a Till undercard, it's not KSI, bro. You know what I mean? It's not Deji.
It's not that caliber.
Danny Aaron's had a main event for Misfits. Danny Aaron's Danny Simpson. So the people fighting on that undercard wouldn't not got anywhere near what man fought on the KSI card got. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's it. So all the man that got the Sultan fucking slim bag, the Gibbon slim bag, all them kind of bags, Them bags aren't there no more. Them
Good.
3-4K bags and that, the Kenny Salt Pappy bag, all that. You see them kind of bags? Them bags are not there no more. Not everyone's gonna get 300 bags. That's not gonna happen now. They're not gonna have to fight for 50 bags. A lot of these men ain't trying to get punched in their face for 50 bags. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not a top high-end influencer like these guys, they're not trying to fight for that money. You know what I mean? The bag's not there no more. So if you're still fighting now, it's because you love fighting. That's why all these men are dropping out. Because they don't love fighting, bro. They just love
the money to.
The
money to. Yeah.
The money's not there now. And you could end up getting smoked by someone with no name.
And it looks bad.
And bro, and you just got 50 racks, bro. You know what I mean? And you can make that in a day. So that's the real reason why these big fights are not happening. And this is the reason why a lot of these big name influencers are not boxing no more. And that's why Jake Paul had to do the fake professional route now. Because fighting influencers don't pay that much no more. Because a lot of men wouldn't want to fight him anyway, bro.
I get what you're saying. So that's why he was like, all right, let me go and actually fight some professionals and ex-professionals.
Yeah.
He will take the money.
Because how many influencers are there out there that actually want to fight? He would have ran out of opponents. So he had to cross over and do that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's one of them.
Who's going to say, hey, I'll take this.
But this is the point. Because like if I looked at Misfits and I was like, cool, like Slim ain't fought for a while. He's in my weight class. Let me fight him. He's going to want a stupid amount of money that Mams wouldn't pay. Yeah. And also, he wouldn't risk getting beat up. He wouldn't risk getting punched up by me. He wouldn't risk it.
Because you're not as high profile as him in that sense.
Because I don't have the numbers that these other men have. Like, he'll risk a loss to a KSI or something. He wouldn't risk a loss to me. Doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the reality. Because he's one of the bigger names in that scene, yeah, but he ain't really beat no one. But he's still a big name. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So he doesn't take a fight against me. It doesn't make no sense. It's not money for him. It's not money for him. And if he does win, what does he get from that? Even though he wouldn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's looking at it from a business perspective. Like, yo,
it makes no sense, bro. The only people that would fight are men that financially are getting the money or men that love fighting. And there's not enough men in the space that actually love fighting. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is why Misfits are now bringing in ex-MMA fighters and doing all these other things, because most of these men don't want to fight. That's the truth. That's the truth. So it's not about who I want to fight. It's about
who will take the fight.
Who they can make a fight with, depending on who would take the fight for the money and so on and so forth.
That makes sense financially. Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is just what it is. And exactly, and that's why Jake's fighting fucking Mike Tyson and shit like that. Because how many influencers are going to get in there with Jake knowing that he trains full-time? Yeah, and he's got US Olympic team around him and stuff like that. Who's going to want to fight him?
Yeah.
Like, no one. So he has to fight these guys. So, yeah, man. So it's not even about ideal opponent. It's about what my management team can get. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they got people on Brand Risk. They got people on Crypto Fight Night. They got people on, obviously they got Soul Pappy and Fox the G on Misfits and Pully Arif and these guys. So they're speaking to loads of different platforms, and we'll just see in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just see what these guys find for me. And just in the meantime, I'll just make sure that my weight's calm. So if I get a good opportunity, then
you're ready.
Then I'm ready, innit? Other than that, like, listen, I'm not gonna force it. Like, I don't need to do it. Like, I enjoy it, so I want to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be doing these 2-week notice idiot fights and all them things there. Like, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the game is the game, people. But yeah, big up everyone inside. I'm gonna redirect to Ghana. I'm gonna go eat now. You know what I'm saying? Man said, imagine he give me fez. He would never take that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City, people. The link is in the title. You know what time it is. And I'll see you guys back here for a gaming stream in a little bit. I'm just gonna eat food and then I'll be back, people. Big up.